My husband teaches us how to do but I
Gotta laugh down through
just
anything.
sometimes a little humor
Get your
to
story
get you
out.
through.
Cancer is like the ever-expanding Marvel universe. Nobody asked for it. But it keeps coming back, and when it does, it's everywhere. When I was 25, my mom survived stage 2 breast cancer, along with brutal chemo and radiation. And 9 years later, the cancer came back for a sequel, and it was everywhere. We thought maybe she had a year. She lived for 7, and she truly lived. She traveled with friends, she helped raise grandchildren, and she logged thousands of hours watching Law and Order SVU. I would call her, and she'd be like, "Oh, hi, honey, let me just pause the TV." And then in the background, I would hear renowned actor/rapper Ice-T say, "They glued pubic hair to his face and told him he was the Wolfman." I didn't write that. That's a quote. Someone was paid to write that, and Ice-T was paid to say that. I was 6 months pregnant with my daughter when my mom died, and it was April of 2016. April 2016. If you could choose to die before we elected Donald Trump, would you? Think about it. Pre-Trump, pre-COVID, pre-TikTok. A simpler time. A lot of people had the same idea back then. Do you remember that spring? We lost David Bowie, Alan Rickman, Prince, Gary Shandling. They all got together and they were like, "Let's leave on a cultural high note." My mom was like, "Wait for me, I'm coming too." Towards the end, my dad started driving my mom to her doctor's appointments and helping to organize her bills, which was weird because they'd been divorced for 25 years. And my dad was happily remarried, and my mom was happily not married to my dad anymore. And finding her bills, to help organize her bills, finding them was like searching for infinity stones, minus a shirtless Chris Hemsworth. Her way of organizing was called piles, with no explanation. We would find a Chico's catalog, a medical bill, an 80s photograph of Tom Selleck, all treasures. Millennials. Millennials, where are you? No one? All right, millennials. Let me explain. Tom Selleck was my mom's Chris Hemsworth. Okay, Gen Z. Let me explain. Chris Hemsworth is your mom's Timothée Chalamet. I'm Gen X. My Timothée Chalamet is John Cusack. That's a boombox, Gen Z. A boombox. So my dad drove me and my mom to her last oncology appointment. And I was sitting in the back seat of my mom's Toyota Camry when I realized I had not been alone with my mom and dad together for 25 years. I felt like a kid, but I wasn't. I was 40. I was very pregnant. And then I just started channeling Jeff Goldblum. I was back there like, yes, this is, well, my parents are together, but not. And I'm their child, but I have a child here too? Yes? No. Then I just started saying, must go faster, must go faster. What, no Bloomheads in the crowd? He says that in Jurassic Park and Independence Day. All right. My mom's birthday is August 10th, and my due date was August 15th. And she kept saying, I know I won't be around for her, but maybe she'll be born on my birthday. So my mom and I are both Leos. The question was, is she trying to upstage my pregnancy with her death? Or was I trying to upstage her death with my pregnancy? The answer is yes to both. She went on 24-hour home hospice and died a day after they delivered the equipment. They came back to collect the hospital bed, and they were like, this place looks familiar. I'm like, yeah, that bed you delivered, it killed her. Also, those hospice nurses, seriously, they are right by your side the second someone dies to collect all the drugs. I was like, the Xanax bottle was empty when I got here. My brother Dan and I were with my mom when she passed, and they tell you that even though a person who is dying they seem unconscious, but they can still hear you, and that you should talk to them because they're waiting for you to give them permission to leave. They want to know that you're going to be okay. So we're holding her hand, and we're saying, it's okay to go. We love you. It's okay to go. And you're going to see your brother again, and you're going to see your dad, and you're going to see your mom. And when you see Grandma, make sure to tell her the conversion video didn't work. Dan's still gay. My daughter was born on August 10th, my mom's birthday, yes. And for a while, I was obsessed with the idea that my mom had been reincarnated into my daughter. I went full Goldblum. I would hold her and look into her eyes and be like, yes, hello. The serendipity, the cosmos, the profundity of this. Mom, is that you? As Goldblum would say, life finds a way. It always finds a way. Thank you.